Welcome to Barnstorming the Nation with Barnstormers journalist Christina Rivers. After beating the Spokane Shock in overtime on the road a week ago, the Iowa Barnstormers opened the AFL's 25th season and their 5th franchise season on St. Patrick's Day at Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines before an excited home crowd. Iowa hosted the 0-1 Utah Blaze, who faced a second straight road game, looking to rebound from a 48-54 loss to the San Antonio Talons. After a rousing introduction of this year's roster to the home crowd, the Barnstormers won the coin toss and opted to kick off to the Blaze. Kicking this season is number 7 Craig Kamei. Kamei was able to send it deep. On the first play from scrimmage, quarterback Tommy Grady fumbled the snap on the exchange from offensive lineman Antonio Narcisse. Iowa recovered the ball and quickly converted the score into points off of a 5-yard scoring pass from quarterback J.J. Raderink to wide receiver Jesse Schmidt. The Blaze were able to respond with 2 scoring drives, both of which ended in short touchdown runs off quarterback sneaks by Grady, taking a 13-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. Utah jumped out to a 20-7 lead early in the second quarter as fullback Ben Stallings plowed into the end zone from a yard out. Iowa was able to cut the lead off another scoring completion from Raderink to Schmidt, but Utah would convert a 4th down attempt into another touchdown as Grady found wide receiver Aaron Lassou in the end zone from 21 yards out. Number 6, Jason Simpson for the Barnstormers, handled the kick return duties with 7 total kickoff returns for 166 yards. One of the Barnstormers' highlights for the night was when defensive back Cameron McGlenn intercepted Grady. Utah's defense set the tone at the start of the third quarter, and Tommy Grady quickly converted a turnover into points as he connected with Ernie Pierce for a touchdown pass to take 41-21 lead. Barnstormers raced back with consecutive scores, ending the third period as Raderink first found Jesse Schmidt for the 3rd touchdown connection of the night. Iowa defensive lineman Rodney Nett stripped Grady on a sack, and defensive lineman Justin Mincy recovered the loose ball in the end zone for another touchdown to inch closer to the lead, 41-35. Utah's defensive line took over in the final quarter as Mike Lewis sacked Raderink and jarred the ball loose on the first drive of the fourth quarter. Keenan Mace recovered the fumble, and wide receiver Chris Bocage hauled in a 14-yard touchdown pass to make it 47-35 Blaze. Utah was able to notch back-to-back sacks on the next series, forcing Raderink to put the ball on the turf. Darian Taylor recovered the fumble in the end zone for a touchdown on the second sack, giving the Blaze a 55-35 lead. Both teams exchanged several scores to close out the game. Raderink hooked up with Marco Thomas and Chris Matthews on touchdown passes, while Grady lofted a 33-yard score to Chris Bocage and Ernie Pierce returned an onside kick 15 yards for the game's final touchdown. The Iowa Barnstormers will return to Wells Fargo Arena after a bye week. They will return on March 31st when they take on the Chicago Rush at 7:05 p.m. The Russell Athletic Offensive Player of the game was Tommy Grady from the Blaze. The JSL Ironman of the game was Jesse Schmidt of Iowa. Cutter's catch of the game was Marco Thomas of Iowa. Riddell Defensive Player of the game was Caesar Rayford of Utah. And the Spalding highlight of the game was the Rodney Nett sack and the Justin Mincy combined sack.